A few years ago, two strangers in a Starbucks tried in the span of about 10 minutes to convince me that I was the reason for their bad day. A barista who was annoyed I asked him to repeat a bathroom code, and a woman who was annoyed I'd waited outside the restroom she had just come out of. Neither of them said anything remotely personal, but both of them tried into getting me to forget something I knew about myself and about them. That something is the whole foundation of this book. And today, I want to hand it to you. I'm Leonardo Ramil. Welcome back. This is week 2 of our 17-week runway to the book, You're Perfectly Whole, You Just Forgot, which comes out on August 25th. If you missed episode 1, there's a card up in the corner. It introduces the practice called PRE, which stands for Pause, Remember, Experience. Today we're sitting inside day 1 of the book, a chapter called The Good News. And the good news is this: you are perfect, whole, and complete. And that can never be taken away from you, but in your mind, which has forgotten. Back to the Starbucks story. It was a holiday afternoon, long lines, everyone a little brittle. I ordered a drink, then asked the barista audibly across the noise for the bathroom code. He said 2424. I thought I heard 424, so I asked him to repeat it. He said, like I had interrupted something sacred, tilted his head back and forth and said, "Dude, 2424. My friend, standing next to me, made a face that if I described it, I would have to censor out. Instead, I smiled, I said thank you, and I walked to the restroom. When the restroom finally opened, the woman leaving it grabbed my arm and lectured me for punching in the code while she was inside. I hadn't done it. Someone else in line had. But she was sure it was me. She needed it to be me. So I said, without denying, I said, "Got it, thanks." Afterwards, David asked me with some heat why I didn't defend myself, why I thanked them, why I was so calm. I told him what I want to tell you now. Those two people were not attacking me. They were negotiating their worth to me. They had forgotten for a moment that they were whole, and because they had forgotten, they needed somebody else, me, to agree that their day had been ruined by a small inconvenience, so that they can feel that their frustration was justified, that their suffering had a cause, that the cause was outside of them. If I had defended myself, what I would actually have been doing is agreeing with them, agreeing with their premise. I would have been saying, yes, your piece can be taken. Yes, I might have taken it. Yes, my piece can be taken too. Watch me prove it. That's what defending is. It's agreement. Instead, I did the one thing I had learned to do. I remembered for both of them something they had temporarily forgotten. I didn't say it out loud. I didn't have to. I just thought, I see you who you really are. And I let my face say it for me. Here is the good news in the words the book uses. And I want you to hear it as if it's something that you already know, not something new you need to learn. And it's this: you are perfect, whole, and complete. There is an eternal light in you so bright that it is already everything you'll ever need to be. Nothing and no one outside of you has any actual power to add to it or subtract from it. The only thing that can ever make you dim from that light is your own momentary agreement that it could be dimmed. That's the whole thing. One sentence. You are perfect, whole, and complete. And this can never be taken away from you, except in your mind, which has forgotten. Here's the premeditation for this week. The mantra from day 1. And the words we're going to carry into our first breath in a moment. And it's this: don't worry about your circumstances. In any circumstance, you are eternally whole and complete. If it's safe where you are, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, all the way up through the top of your head. Hold for a moment and slowly release. Now, pause. Whatever circumstance your mind went to when I said the word circumstance, let it be there. You don't have to solve it. You don't have to improve it. Just set it down beside you. It will be there when we're done. Next, remember, silently with me, this: in any circumstance, I am eternally whole and complete. Once more, in any circumstance, I am eternally whole and complete. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice that the sentence is true whether the circumstance is resolved or not. So next, experience. Feel the love that created you filling your chest, your throat, the back of your skull. Notice that your wholeness is not waiting on the circumstance. It arrived before the circumstance did, and it'll be there after. One last breath in, and a long, slow breath out. Gently open your eyes. If this practice gave you one breath you didn't have 2 minutes ago, that's everything. That's the whole thing. So, 2 quick invitations. 1, hit subscribe, because this week's practice is part of a 17-week arc, and YouTube only shows you the next one if they know you're actually here. 2, my Substack. Check it out. Every Tuesday, a few hours after this video goes live, I publish a short written companion, usually a quiet story, sometimes a quote from the book, always something that deepens what we just did. It's free. The link is the first one in the description. And in the comments this week, if you want, in one sentence, if you want, where in your regular day do you most often forget that you're whole? Is it the line at the coffee shop, the inbox at 4 p.m., the call from your mother? Naming it, just naming it, is half of the remembering. See you next Tuesday, when we'll talk about what to do when a voice in your head asks this question: who am I if I'm not a body? Until then, you are perfectly whole. You just forgot.